Yep, it's me again. They hate us. This is why they give a fuck about us at the same time. As always, I am your host, JD Miles. The MGTOWs, they love to hate. Even the ones that claim everybody loves to hate them, loves to hate MGTOW at the same time as always, which is why these retarded fucks keep us relevant to this very day. Hell, you even got retarded fucks making fake accounts trying to be me at the same time and still don't come close, and I'm back again. Y'all see the topic of discussion. Limousine chauffeur driver tells it all. And why they trying to silence him for telling the truth. You see, Uncle JD has this saying. If they gotta go out their way to try to silence you, then they're hiding something. And if they're trying to hide something, then you know they're telling the truth. Or as in this situation, this limousine chauffeur, exposed what really goes on behind these bachelorette parties. And boy, are they mad as fuck. Oh, we're gonna get down to the nitty gritty when it comes to this situation. But before I even begin, shout out to Cheese's Ed, the host of the Coffee Pod. I'll leave the link to his full video in the comments. Go check it out. But enough of me babbling. Let's get down to business, shall we?
Imagine being a professional limo driver, and naturally you drive a lot of people to events. One of those events, one of the craziest events, actually, the most wild, are bachelorette parties.
Drink the coffee, it'll make it feel better.
And the things that you see while you're driving the women from club to club, location to location, freak off to freak off, you realize you can either keep to yourself or share what you've seen with the rest of the internet. This professional driver decided to share what he's seen at bachelorette parties with the rest of his internet. And they want him wiped off the face of the planet. By the planet, I mean the online space, TikTok, anywhere where he could share what he's seen and what.
And why do they want to wipe him off of these social media platforms? Because he's exposing what he been seeing. What is the big massive cover up is all about? Yes, we're gonna find this shit out quick, fast, in a hurry. That and excuse me. That and the fact that this goes what's about to be breaking down is something that Uncle JD already talked about, especially when it comes to censorship. And why Uncle JD believes that censorship never works. Not only it never works, it amplifies the situation further. And this is something I try to tell these retarded fucks, but they don't want to listen. They think censorship works. No, it doesn't. As well as they also going to talk about the Streisand effect. Something else Uncle JD also talked about. I can't wait. Let's continue.
What's going on? Don't believe me? Check it out for yourself. The title of this video is Bachelorette Parties Are Designed for Cheating. Let's get it.
I do this bachelorette party. 20 married women all headed to a male strip club. They can't wait to get up in there. They're daring one another to take on the stripper with the biggest one. One of them pulls out this lockbox and says, "Ladies, all wedding rings in the box before entering the club." It's the same disrespectful conversation.
Red flag alert, red flag alert. Now why would one of them pull out a box and tell all the married women to take off their wedding rings? That shit will have their husbands suspicious. Let's continue.
Towards the husbands. He pays for everything. I get to do whatever I want. What he won't do, another man will. Now, I don't want to generalize that all women are bad. I've also seen a lot of great women, wives, and husbands in this industry, but none of them ever did a bachelorette party. If you're considering getting married and either the husband or the wife even brings up a bachelor or bachelorette party, just cancel the wedding because they're designed to basically have this one last hoorah and be unfaithful in the process.
Woo!
And the honest conversation here is the evolution of the word bachelorette party. There was a time when bachelorette party didn't mean you're going to a strip club as a wife. Just like there was a time when women could travel with their girlfriends without turning into 304s, women of the street. But over time, society has lost morality and has gotten dark. And so these words do evolve. And the reason why I think it's important to highlight that, there's more here, guys. They want this guy canceled. You're going to see here in a little bit. The reason why it's important to highlight what I'm saying right now is because these conversations don't just end with the internet. They would like you to believe that, oh, this is just internet talk. People don't have these conversations in real life. Trust me, people talk about.
Oh, they do. They may not think it, but they do. This shit reminds me of my brother's bachelor party. Oh, that's right. My brother's bachelor party wasn't at no goddamn strip club. His bachelor party was more of a top golf experience. And yes, and yes, if you haven't been to Top Golf, oh man, you are missing out. Let's continue.
Girls' trips in real life. People talk about boys' trips, bachelor parties. These do become topics of contention because the purpose of these type of events have evolved into wholesome fun to you women are out there doing the unthinkable. And so the question just merely is, well, what would you define as a bachelorette party is the first thing that I think for anybody who's in a situation like you want to talk to someone. If someone's like defining it as like, a picnic with friends versus 5 days in Vegas and no phone chargers.
Wait, no phone chargers?
I'll have a tea, actually.
That to me is a problem. Let's check out a few of these comments, see what the people have to say. Top comment here says, I'm getting married tomorrow. We're baking cookies and watching movies from our childhood. And somebody responded back to that and said, most certainly, she sent another comment. I think this is a woman. Most certainly, God has truly blessed me. Oh, this is a man. All right, let's see what else we have here. Somebody else who says, thank you, Conor McGregor. That's hilarious. Works both ways, by the way. Yeah, I agree, though. I agree. That's a fact.
Yep.
Somebody else here added, this is something to cancel a wedding over. I don't care what nobody says. People would like to look at something and just assume like, no, that doesn't happen. I could definitely see drunk, naive women there with the box saying wedding rings in the box. That's totally believable. Next comment here says we both had a party. She went to Penn and Taylor, and my groomsmen and I went to laser tag. Here's somebody else says, honestly, I just want to use a bachelor party as an excuse to get all my friends together for a boys trip. Nothing nefarious. Just hang out on a lake and drink beers or something. Listen, again, at the end of the day, if someone says we're going to laser tag, like that's the bachelor trip, of course it'd be ridiculous to say, well, what are you doing at laser tag? You know what I mean? That's ridiculous. So you need to really have these conversations and
Yep, like Top Golf. Well, you doing at Top Golf? What else you do at Top Golf? Let's continue.
Find what that means and both of you. But that wasn't it. Here's another video. Engaged or soon to be married men.
Bachelorette party last weekend, and every single one of them cheated on their man. They start the night off acting all classy, posting cute photos. Soon to be bride. By midnight, the whole entire group went completely rogue. The maid of honor got absolutely railed in the handicapped bathroom and came back to the limo with her dress on backwards. The bride herself disappeared with some dude from the bar for 45 minutes and came back with no panties and cum still rolling down her thigh.
Woo!
down, spread her legs, and said, "I just got."
Oh man.
Fiance. The craziest part, they're all comparing how many dudes they each hooked up with.
Yo,
One
wow.
girl proudly said, "I got cream pied by 2 different dudes in the same club."
Damn.
The ride home, passing around baby wipes, fixing their makeup, and rehearsing the lies they're gonna tell their fiancés. You think these girls are just back there dancing in limousines? These chicks are out here getting more trains ran on them than Grand Central Station during.
Choo choo. All aboard. God damn. I see why they have to bring out a lockbox to put their wedding rings in. And you could tell this chauffeur is speaking from experience. He's seen this shit happening as well as if you are a limo driver or a chauffeur, of course you're gonna hear the conversations while you're taking them to their next destination or back to their meetup spot. And before I even make this video, I actually took the time to talk to many chauffeurs in my area. They'll tell you the exact same shit too. In which the question I asked them is, bruh, are their husbands paying you for this? If so, why don't you inform them? Because they don't want to lose their business. As wrong as the shit is, they fear of losing customers. They fear losing customers and all that jazz. That's the reason why they stay quiet. And which, of course, that don't sit right with me at all. But I digress. It's a business for them. Let's continue.
Rush hour.
Just gotta read these comments and see what the people have to say. Top comment here says, "Seen the bachelorette party videos."
We're on the topic of weddings. Whatever happened to Ratchet Bachelorettes? Bring back Ratchet Bachelorettes in 2026, because why are we doing a wellness retreat in 30A? Everyone is using this opportunity to be in their wellness era. Whatever happened to shaking ass with your friends one last time? Now, I'm obviously saying this because I'm doing Ratchet Bachelorette, Nashville, classic. Not original at all, but it is just the best place to go.
Fellas. When these women go online, go on camera, telling you exactly who they are, fucking believe them. Believe every word they say.
Like, dress up, go out with your friends, and not have to think. Like, every single bar right next to each other, and we're getting blacked out. We're not taking maybe a photo here and there. This is not a brand trip. This is my last time to be with my girls and like literally die. And why I say it's my.
And fellas, please, for the love of God, avoid women like this. Let's continue.
My last time. Oh, you could do that with your friends all the time. No, like, I'm this is my retirement tour. Like, after this, then I'm doing the 30A wellness tour. Like, this is my absolute last time I'm drinking ever again. So yeah, like,
red flag alert.
Let's bring them back. I want to see more of them.
My friend fully cheated on her fiance at my bachelorette, and they went through with the marriage.
Oh god!
Do I say anything?
This is so bad.
The time to say something is
so bad.
100%. And it's to your friend
100%.
To encourage her to be honest with her fiance.
That's not something you're like, I'll conveniently save that for like after we get married,
and then we'll be more stable. No, it's like you're building your foundation of you guys on lies.
I think that's gonna hurt them even more.
I would say certainly do not say anything to her husband.
Gosh.
Say something to
save
her.
the friend first. And if she doesn't say something, then would you say something?
I don't think so. I feel like that's not your mess.
Next comment here says, "You just pissed me smooth."
So basically, she's seen the dirty deed happen. She knows the dirty deed happened. She will confront the friend, but she won't say nothing to the husband. Geez, the red flags are flying everywhere, fellas. Let's continue.
Another person who says cheat or get cheated on at this point. No, that's not right. Another person who says worse than gore at this point. Somebody else who says this world is so demonic. Here's somebody else who says praying this is just a made up story. Somebody responded back and says this happens all the time. My cousin has a small fleet of high end Escalades, and the stories he told is crazy. High end Escalades. Okay.
As I said, talk to any limo driver or chauffeur who does these type of jobs like this. They will tell you all the skeleton bones that are in the closet. Yes, this is some real shit that happens. Let's continue.
Beyonce cheated during her bachelorette party. I'm planning to leave. Don't know how to explain all this. Basically, I was snooping around last night when I saw her phone light up. It was a message from her friends about the party. I stayed up like one of those stalkers you see on TV, and I've been checking the computer Facebook messages with her friends and found out she cheated during her bachelorette party. By cheating, I don't mean getting a striptease or something, which I would be okay with. I understand it's a bachelorette party, but she actually gave a spicy dancer a sloppy toppy and ended up going home with another guy that night. She has this other guy added on Facebook, but the chat merely consists of a had a good time and it was nice to meet you convo, which dates back to the bachelorette party. I have, however, read the messages between her and her friends. They have a small group, and I found out what she'd done there. It all seems as if it was a one-time thing that happened then, but I'm an effing mess. I haven't slept all night, and she's headed for work in an hour or so. When she wakes up, it's almost 6 a.m. here. I don't know what the F to do. We're supposedly getting married in 3 weeks. I'm thinking of simply packing all my bags after she goes to work and just leaving the flat. It's her family's flat anyway.
And keep this in mind, fellas. If she will cheat during her bachelorette party, what makes you think that she will stay faithful in the marriage? I mean, look at this situation. She cheated on him during her bachelorette party, even going as far as to save the dude in her contacts. So basically, what that's telling everybody is that even when they're married, she's still gonna run back to this dude. Right or wrong? She cheated, saved the contacts, so there's a pretty good chance that she will still cheat on him with that guy, even in the marriage. Fellas, stay vigilant. Let's continue.
We were planning on buying an effing house, having kids, growing old. I feel like I want to throw all of that out the window. I am sitting here smelling like booze, feeling wasted and depressed. I don't know why, but I'm more of an angry depressed than sad depressed. I haven't cried since I found out about...
Please, for the love of God, do not put that bottle to your mouth and pull the trigger. If you know, you know. Let's continue.
All this, should I confront her? Should I just get out? Should I hear her side of the story? Honestly, I just want to go and stomp her effing face right now, but I don't want to do something irrational. Update. I basically left in the morning to take a smoke. My head was still messed up, but reading all the comments on Reddit helped me. I can't remember who, but there was one guy who said the positive thing about all of this is that I found out before I got married with no children or attachments. I still don't think she cheated other...
Yeah, dude. Yep, dude dodged the bullet with this one. No. He didn't just dodge the bullet. He dodged several bullets with this one. Let's continue.
Then this night, nothing I found indicated anything else. I guess she wanted this to be her last night before settling down or something. I honestly don't know, and I don't care. When I was outside taking a smoke about 15 to 20 minutes or something after I left Reddit, she had woken up. She noticed the drinks out and asked me what I had been up to. Basically came to give me a kiss and a hug. I followed through with it, but honestly felt empty doing it. I didn't want to give her any hint of what I knew. She asked me why I had been drinking and why I didn't come to sleep last night. I told her I was just having some nightmares, but everything was fine. I felt detached, like I was watching myself in third person through a TV or something. She asked me if any stress was related to the marriage and the plans. I just told her something along the lines of, you know I love you. There's no stress I have for the marriage.
Cap.
That's not the best thing in your life. She got herself done and left for work. I basically started packing my most important things, my desktop, computer, most clothes, and some other things. I planned on leaving things like furniture, TV, and other things I really don't care about, more than getting the F out. I just took the stuff most important to me so that I don't have to return here again. I don't care if she gets the rest. All in all, my stuff added up to about 3 or 4 suitcases. I would say desktop not included in this. I called and canceled the venue we were supposed to have the wedding at. Apparently they take 15% of the money for canceling so early on because we were having such a big event. I told them it's fine and I really don't care at this point. I also saved screenshots of everything and had taken them with me. Around 1 p.m. I called a taxi and went to stay at a hotel around 100 kilometers from my city. I didn't leave any note or pictures at home. I just left. I'm planning on leaving to stay with a really, really close friend who lives in a town about 300 kilometers away. But I just needed the alone time in the hotel for some time to think everything through and process what's happened. Around 3:30 p.m., my phone started getting spammed with calls from my ex-fiance. Around 3:50, I started getting calls and messages from her sister, her friends, her parents, my parents, and a few of our mutual friends. The only people I called back were my mom and dad. I have huge trust in my parents. I basically spilled the beans and told them a nicer story about what happened. I asked my dad not to say anything and also asked my mom not to either. I told them it's ended and that I won't be getting married anymore. I also told them not to tell anyone about what I told them. I trust them a lot, so I'm sure they won't say anything. I didn't tell
Mom, Dad, please keep what I say on the hush. My fiance that I was gonna marry is a total slut, and I'm not going through with the wedding. Case in point. Let's continue.
them exactly what happened, just that I found out she wasn't being loyal to me. I didn't think giving details would help in any way. Around 5 p.m., my dad called me back and told me my ex-fiance was completely hysterical and had basically broken down, completely not understanding what was going on. I just told my dad not to intervene and that I need some alone time now. I basically just shut my phone down and have been staying silent ever since, like a ghost.
Radio silence.
For a little, went to the pool here at the hotel, and I've just been taking it easy. I don't know if I should respond to them now or wait some more. Her sister knew about what happened at the bachelorette party. I have the text to prove it. She even laughed about it and told her not to feel guilty because it's her bachelorette and that women should go all in on this night. I am seriously considering replying to the sister with just an image of the conversation where she's talking about it. Once again, thank you to everyone who replied. I'll update this post 1 or 2 more times and then perhaps go silent for a while. I know you're only allowed to do 1 update. Blah, blah, blah. Edit 1. Since I still get messages asking what happened, yes, I did send proof to her sister, the part where the sister is talking about it. I have since not received any call or messages from the sister. My phone is still blowing up.
Of course, her sister was in on it. Not only was the sister was in on it, she encouraged it. Now the sister tried to do a 360 turnaround and try to act surprised. Bitch, don't try to act surprised. You encouraged it. You was in on it. Now you're sitting there trying to pretend like what is going on. You know what the fuck was going on. Why even pretend like you don't know why? Really? You don't know why?
With calls and messages from the ex-fiance. Haven't read them though. Thinking of answering or something, but I don't know what to say or do. Might make another post later today so I can update you with what happened. And comment 1. This is the point at which you need to keep your resolution with you. These kind of cheaters can get so manipulative. You could easily say, that's some CGI crap from Hollywood, until seeing it with your own eyes. Prepare for waterworks, her dad intervening and seemingly taking sides with you. Her mom calling and claiming it was a one-time mistake. Threats of self-harm, some crap you had said X months ago that ended up with you two fighting, the whole bit. Someone will even use your stuff
When they say it's a one-time mistake, it was a one-time mistake. Remember this, fellas. A one-time mistake has 1,000,001 consequences. Let's continue. And don't before I continue, let me say this. If they say it's a small mistake, tell them that small mistake has huge consequences. Now, let's continue.
And try to paint you as the bad guy who won't budge. Just wait and see, and don't forget to remember this comment on the way as you encounter them one by one. Update 2. Yesterday I was having my phone spammed by my family members from her side and friends. The only person I responded to was the sister, with part of the conversation where she and the sister talk about it all. I didn't include anything in the response except an image of the conversation, and the sister went pretty silent after that, until later. During the day, I contacted the co-owner of my business and let him know the full story. He told me to take as much time as I needed and even advised me to head off on a vacation.
Nice.
This guy is a childhood friend of mine. I don't trust anyone as much as him. My plans have changed a bit. I'm still staying at this hotel for another few days, but then perhaps moving on to the friend I was supposed to go to. I called him up and let him know I want to head off somewhere. Perhaps a trip to somewhere nice, another country or something. It's all still not yet 100% decided, but I know I will be leaving for somewhere. He said he would be up for joining me if it could be during the upcoming weeks since he's still on holiday from his work. We will see how that turns out. Later in the day, I responded to my wife. The calls kept coming in less frequently since I sent that message to her sister. I had this gut feeling she was going to come with an excuse of some sort. I picked up the phone, and the first thing I hear is a torn up voice, if you can say that in English. I could hear she had been crying all day and was in a messed up state. She kept begging me to come back, saying there's an explanation to everything and that she loves me. She said,
"Oh, there's an explanation for everything." You got an explanation? Let me guess. Let me guess. You tripped, fell, landed on that guy's dick? Is that your explanation?
I had misunderstood the entire situation. She's like, you don't understand. I had to.
They were on the list.
They're on the list.
The next two guys. I had 2 for 1.
It's like a kidney transplant. They were the next on the list.
You should have been proud of me.
Bachelorette party is.
Right. That's a new thing, Kim. I'm telling you right off the
You
bat.
never went to one?
By the end of the day, this guy dodged a bullet. And as Uncle JD stated, if she would cheat on you on your on her bachelorette party, she will cheat on you when you're married. Especially they saving contacts. Let's continue.
No, I don't think anybody had them. That was strictly for guys. Women just didn't do that in the 60s and 50s, 60s, and 70s.
The guys did.
And some bachelor parties were wilder, I think, than others. Your grandfather didn't have. I think they went out for dinner. They went to a steak place.
Another person who says, if you're broke, just say so. Most diplomats drive through New York in custom luxury Escalades. Let's see, you have no idea what you're talking about, is what's funny. Hold on. Okay. Next comment here says, bro, how do you know all of these details? Another person says he drove them. Here somebody says, but...
There are no stupid questions, just stupid people. Oh, how do you know all this? How do you know all this? Bitch, he drove these people. They're in his limousine. He can hear their conversations. He can see when they get out, how they look like coming out and how they look like coming back in. So asking such a stupid question about how does he know all this when he's right there to witness the shit completely blows my mind and questions people's brain power. Let's continue.
He says dripping down the leg. Yeah, that was crazy.
Dripping down the leg.
Next comment here says, please tell me you told the fiance. Here's somebody else who says, for my mental health. Do I think that there might be some exaggeration here to an extent? I wouldn't put it past it. I wouldn't put it past it. Do I think that this definitely has happened? Come on, let's be real here. Let's be real here. We're not talking about women here who have morals, right? We're not talking about that.
Women cheat on bachelorette parties and girls' trips, then mass report anyone who tells the truth. I made a video the other day on what happens at the end of the night on a bachelorette.
Well, that completely debunked the part where it's fake, right? To all the retarded fucks claiming that the shit's fake, right? If it's so fake, why they trying to mass report this dude off of social media for telling the truth? Hello? 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 Then I guess what he's saying is the truth, because nobody won't go out of their way to mass report somebody if the shit is fake. So that right there is completely debunked. Let's continue.
Party. I'm just a limousine driver trying to shed some light. As soon as I mentioned 3 of the girls never came back with the group, that's when the mass reports started coming in. They took my video down. Yeah. I had to go through appeals, human reviews. They tried to silence me.
That's TikTok for sure. The women on there, they galvanize together for sure. And they'll get your account down, they'll get your content down. It's a feminist platform. I've told you guys many times, it's a feminist platform. And
I told people many times that TikTok is pro-feminist. Why else do they don't want no male spaces on their platform, but TikTok is okay with all these misandrous, man-hating bitches on their platform spewing their nonsense. But at the moment you say something that they don't like, they want to censor you off that platform. But get this, it didn't work the way they anticipated. Let's continue.
They know they have the power to be able to do that. You can't do that, though. You can't. And they can say, why don't we just throw male-born babies into the trash can, all types of crazy misandrous stuff.
This is the classic lack of accountability. Instead of owning their actions, they try to silence the truth. But here's the thing. I got paid for every single view before they took the video down. Then I won the appeal and continued to earn more money on it. You can't stop.
Suck on that, bitches.
The truth. What's kept in the dark will
always come in the light.
And I'm not quitting. I'm going harder because I want it more than they want to see me fail. I drove a batch.
And this goes back to what I say to these retarded fucks on YouTube. These pro-censorship retarded fucks on YouTube. In which they think they bullshit is still gonna work. Let's remind these retarded fucks. Censorship is not gonna make people shut up. If anything, censorship is only gonna drive the shit even harder. Censorship is not going to silence people. Censorship is only going to make their voices even louder. This is the reason why these retarded fucks on YouTube, even to this very day in 2026, is still struggling to get rid of people they don't like. Uncle JD Ben said this shit. And this goes back to the Streisand effect. And for those of y'all who don't know what the Streisand effect is this. The more they try to censor, they try to hide, they try to cover up, the more the people will go even harder to reveal the actual truth. The more they will expose the truth. no matter how much they try to cover it up. And the fact that they trying to get rid of him off of social media, that tells everybody that this dude must be telling the truth. He must be exposing what goes on during these bachelorette parties and all these limousine chauffeurs and everything else. That completely proves it. Because as I stated before earlier, if all this shit was fake, then they wouldn't be going so hard in the paint to try to shut him up. They wouldn't be going so hard in the paint to try to silence him. If the shit was fake, it was made up. So by the fact that they're trying to silence him, they're trying to censor him, they're trying to shut him up, then that means one thing. He is telling the truth. And it scares the shit out of these bitches. Let's continue.
Party on Friday, followed by a bachelorette party on Saturday. And here's the two things that were different. The guys just went out on a boat ride followed by a restaurant. They called the night early because they wanted to wake up early and be productive. They handled their alcohol responsibly, left the back of the limo spotless. Bachelor dude was super cool, tipped me $3 and we exchanged contacts. The bachelorettes were a totally different story. I picked them up and they were already drunk, spilling tequila, breaking glass. The back of the limousine was trashed before we even got to the first club. They kept asking me to pull over so they could throw up. They're engaging in dancing with men in their proximity. They want to club hop until the sun comes up. And by the end of the night, when it was time to leave the last club, 3 of the girls didn't come back with the group. But I'll leave that up to you guys to decide what you think happens.
We all know what happened.
Ah, man, treasures. I mean, this is the first time I've heard a lot of people who work nightlife and say that, like, when chicks get together and have a crazy time, it's a lot more crazy than when the men get together. You know, it's kind of like access is like currency, and there's no one who has more access to a crazy night out experience than a woman who's bent on doing exactly that. And if you have that currency to spend as a woman, you're going to find somebody who's willing, for sure, very easily so. So it's not
straight up. And at this point, most men will ask, is marriage even worth it? She's already and with all the information we gathered, if she can't even stay loyal, if they can't even stay loyal during a bachelorette party, then how will they stay loyal when they are officially married? And who knows what may be happening during these clubs, these strip clubs, what may have you. And the fact that we have a chauffeur who is brave enough and willing enough to tell all, to the point to where they trying to silence him. If that's not an eye opener, I don't know what to tell you. But I'm going to stop the video right here. Again, shout out to Cheese Ed, the host of the Coffee Pod. If you want to watch this video in its full entirety, I'll leave the link for his video in the comment section. Go check it out. Tell him JD Miles sent you. But that's all I got for tonight. I'm done and I'm out this bitch. Later.